Hello everybody, welcome to the Advanced Excel and VB Masterclass. I am Anil Dhawan, a senior trainer at Analytics Training Hub. So today's agenda is we are going to actually talk about some of the modern Excel features that have recently been launched, as I just mentioned. And then we will be going to talk about some quick Excel tips and tricks like flash fill magics, right? How to quickly format any number, how to create dynamic drop down list without using function or formula, or how to use the slicer to make interactive tables. Okay, we are going to also learn about how to record your simple Excel actions that will be converted into piece of code. Using the same, a very basic code, how can you loop through each of the sheet and can perform some tasks? For example, if you wish to hide all inactive sheets with just a button click, how can you do that? Or if you see that there are a lot of sheets in which you have the data and you want all the sheets to be cleared, how to do that? So now I'm jumping on to Excel. As we just mentioned that we are going to talk about some modern Excel feature, let me just quickly take you through the interface. By the way, guys, the Excel that you are looking at right now is the latest one. Okay, when I'm saying latest one, today we are doing this webinar on 4th of March 2021, and this Excel is updated as on 26th February 2021. Okay, so when I'm saying this, right, you can already see that I have got the March updates. When I click on what's new, it's going to show me here that the Excel that I have got is updated as on 26. So I'm having the beta channel. I and other trainers who are panelists at ATH, we all are having Office up to date. So Microsoft keeps on adding features every week, and all the beta channel users get frequent updates. And you can see that most of the things same on your Excel or in my Excel. However, some of the things you may see that are not there in the Excel that you are having it with you. For example, analyze data. Now this feature was initially launched with some different name. This feature is actually meant to study your data and suggest you what kind of analysis can be done. For example, I'm having this data with me here. I do not know what to do with this data. So I can quickly come here and click on analyze the data. The moment I click on analyze data, the algorithm is going to study the data and going to suggest me that what all possible analysis can be done using this data set. By the way, guys, this feature is only available with the users who are having Office 365 latest version. Okay, now you can see that it is showing me different kind of summaries. Here it is also telling me that I can also ask questions like show total cost FB, right? Sort the data. I have got these pivot tables also. It is showing me that these kind of column charts can be created, right? Here this bar chart can be created, right? And if I have got any question, say for sort genre by total directors FB likes, if I just click on this, it's going to actually perform the action and then going to show me here. All right. So this feature still, it's on a learning stage, and we are expecting once this feature is going to become a part of the regular Excel program, then it will be used at a very advanced level. Now, if we jump to next ribbon tab, which is insert, guys, quickly, I'm just taking you through, guys, to the ribbon tabs. I know this is very basic. Trust me, Microsoft has added recently very exciting features. So be with me for next 5 minutes and see that what all new features I'm talking about here, and then I will quickly jump on to working with features. All right. In illustration, which is located under insert ribbon tab, they have added this option called icons. Now at times we have to create presentation within Excel also. So this feature provides you the option. So here you can see that you have got some exciting options like images. You do not have to actually go to Google. Here we have got icons also. For this, we earlier used to go to Google and take the help while making the presentation and all. And cut out people, this is something really interesting, guys. Now you can see like, we have got cutouts of people, right, which can be used to actually make your presentation look better. not only in Excel you have got this feature, but also this is available in PowerPoint and Word. Then you have got stickers here, right? Different poses you have got it actually here. So if you talk about different personalities like Deepika, this Indian girl, like you just click on it, right, and you're going to see different poses. Just 7 days back only, like Microsoft has added few more cutouts. I'll show you, like this grandma got about 10-12 poses, right? And similarly we have got stickers also here. Again, you don't have to go to Google and search for any kind of like emojis if you wish to include it in your presentation or all. Especially even if your kids are like making presentation using Excel or PowerPoint, like they don't have to actually now depend on Google. Apart from this, Microsoft has also added this new tab called Draw, right? So in case if you wish to draw something on the screen, you can just like pick the pen and you can start drawing it. Okay. Then in formulas, they have added few functions. Like one of the function that we guys have been waiting for years, almost after 35 years, Microsoft has added advanced lookup function, which is known as XLOOKUP. Okay. Of course, not all of these features we will be able to explore it in today's session, right? I'm just giving you a glimpse of it, right? Then in data, they have added like one very interesting feature. And let me quickly add one sheet here. Okay. Let's assume that you have been told to do geographical analysis. Okay. Now there are 10 countries or 15 countries whose some key metrics you want to actually retrieve it in Excel file, and then further you want to analyze it. So for like we have got country list. Okay, India, Australia, United States, Spain, Russia, China, Canada. Now say for like for these countries, I am interested in looking at the population, physicians per thousands, agricultural land percentage, right? Fertility rate, mortality rate. So now what I want to do actually, simply after I select the range, right? You need to again have the Office 365 for this, and I'm sure like most of you are not having it. So when you're not having it, not to worry, right? You can easily upgrade it, and otherwise you're going to actually get it very sooner, because most of the corporates are now switching to Office 365 or Microsoft 365. So now only thing you have to do, you do not have to go to Google and search for each country. If you have a 10 countries name with us and we want to search 10 information for each country, that means Google will be required 100 searches. And on top of that, you cannot rely on every single search because you'll have to open multiple tabs, isn't it? But now what you can do here, select the range. You should be connected to the internet for this feature, to use this feature, and also you should be having latest version of Office 365. Come here, you have an option called geography. Click here. It's going to connect with the data types. Once it is going to be connected, you are going to see this kind of icon is coming here. Okay. Now you also see the data engine. Just a click, and then it shows you like multiple fields that can be added with just a click. So here we got the birth rate, and if I want to get the carbon dioxide emissions, there we go. If I'm interested in looking at the electric power consumption, one click and I'm getting it. GDP, right? All these are updated numbers, or whatever numbers have been published to the official websites of these countries. Images of flags, if each country, right? You can even like look for the leaders. Okay, since we all know like recently election happened in United States, right? So still the data is yet to be updated. Sure, Arvind. Only thing we need to do is to select the countries and then move to the data ribbon tab, and there you simply have to jump into data types, and there you have got these options, different data types. Okay, this is a part of AI feature. Actually, you can say it learns from the user's behavior, and then you also have the option to create your own custom data types. All right, once you click on the geography, it's going to connect with this geography data type, and then simply you have to click on this engine, and then after that data sign, and then after that you simply have got options like I want to see the physicians per thousand, right? Just a click and there we go. So you can see that India has less than one physician per thousand, not even a single physician per thousand we have got it, right? Whereas Australia has 3.68. Russia is leading into it, right? They have 4 physicians per thousand people. Okay. Similarly, if you go down, right, you have got more. If you want to see the total tax revenue percentage, time zone, unemployment rate, just a click and then that's it. Forget about spending hours. Forget it. You do not have to do it. In fact, let's say like, I run, I'll just show you here. We have got more actually like, data types. Say for if you wish to like, know about someone's like, let's say we all want to know about Mukesh Ambani. He's a known personality, right? India's one of the like biggest tycoon, business tycoon. Pradeep, this is today's agenda only. We're talking about the modern Excel feature first, right? And then we'll be jumping on to like, quickly onto main topics as well. Can the label or heading 4 columns can come? No, guys, like as of now, we don't. Syed, we don't see actually. Hoping that, once this feature will become common for everyone, we are hoping that, we'll be able to get the fields as well. Okay, so only thing we need to do, once you type the personality name, then you simply come and click on the people. It's going to then like, connect with the people data type, and then further. If you want to know the full name, you want to know the height, you want to know the net worth of the person, you want to know the occupation, you want to know the parents, you want to know the place of birth, you want to know the spouses, right? You want to know the siblings. Every information you can get it here. Isn't it interesting, guys? You will be able to save a lot of time of yours, right, without being dependent on Google. Another interesting feature they have added is smart lookup. Say for like, if you have any topic for which you want to search and you want to go to Google, you don't have to go there. Okay. For example, I have a topic called blockchain. I want to do research, but I actually do not want to take a help of Google to go there, right? So first, what I can do, once I type the word, oh, I have the topic with me, simply come to review ribbon tab, click on smart lookup. Once you click, sorry, not smart lookup, my bad. Yeah, smart lookup. I got confused with translate actually. So smart lookup, and then it is going to use the Microsoft Bing to search that topic, and you can see, you can read here. You can see all the web links available here. Got it? All right. Now, quickly jumping back to the main features. We'll be starting with the feature that was launched in 2013 Excel. That was launched first with 2013 Excel. And I'm sure, guys, most of you are still not aware about this feature. Although it's been almost 8 years, this feature has been launched, still many of you or many of us are not aware about this feature. All right. I'm talking about the flash fill, which is located under data ribbon tab in data tools category after the text to column. How many of you are aware you can use the question window? Meanwhile, I'm just going to give you the example. You can tell me like, whether you have used this feature or not through the question window. So flash fill was added in 2013 Excel first, is actually used to recognize the pattern and fills the data automatically for us. Okay, what does it mean? For example, I have got the column like this where I've got the text and the numbers. Now what I want to do, I want to actually separate the number and the text. So we can either use another feature which is text to column, which has been there in Excel from very long. I mean, like I worked on 1996, 97, 99, 2003, 2010, 7. Almost in every version I've seen text to column was there. But 2013, In text to column, you have to actually follow the 3 steps. Like you will have to select, then come to data, click on text to columns. Here you have to define what kind of data you have got it. Based on delimited or fixed width, you can actually separate the data. Okay. But in flash fill, what you have to do, you simply have to provide couple of patterns, examples. Okay. And then once you provide the pattern, once you provide the example or sample, the only thing you have to do is to come to data ribbon tab and then just click on the flash fill icon, or you can see the keyboard shortcut, which is Control E here. The moment you press Control E or click on this icon, it's going to actually follow the same pattern, right, and fill the data automatically for us. Like here I'm coming and I'm pressing Control E, and in one go you can see the result is coming. I didn't do much, right? Only thing I had to do is to press Control E. But what I did it earlier, I provided the couple of examples. Let me just give you another example here. Text to column cannot be used to reverse the name. In most of the cases, or in some of the cases, we might want to reverse the names. So in these kind of situations, we have to actually use the lengthy and complex formula. Now using complex formula will not be easier for everyone. Okay. So then what we can do, simply come and type the pattern. Once you type the pattern, right, you type it for few names. Once you're done with that, press Control E. The moment you press Control E, you can notice it is following the pattern and giving me the result in the rest of the cells. Now let's say I want initials only. So I type initial, 1 or 2 sample I give it, and then it assumes that what I am trying to get it. So pressing Control E is going to give me. So not only it extract, right, but also if you are looking to only extract something and also would like to change the case, say for I want only the first name, that too in capital letters. So once I type the first name, right, in some cases you can also go with one example and then it will work. But where will it not work? In situations where you are going to actually customize your output. Like here what I'm doing, I am going to take the first 3 letters from the first name and 4 letters from the last name. Okay, so now when I just simply go and press Control E, you see that this feature is not giving me the right answer or the correct output. Why? Because not every name has got first 3 letters there and 4 letters in the last name. So in such situations, we'll have to provide at least 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 examples. And then when you press Control E, it will read the pattern and then will give me or will give us the result. Okay. Then moving to the next one. Tell me guys, how many of you face difficulties when you have to display the leading zeros? I mean, at times we have to display the leading zeros. Leading zeros means you would like to show zeros in the beginning. Okay. And for this kind of things, we use apostrophe and then we simply type the numbers. After typing the zeros, we type the numbers. But what happens usually? If you look at carefully here, the number has been moved to the left hand side. So when you see the number is moved to the left hand side, it simply means that number is actually not stored as number. It is stored as text. So these kind of entries are called text representation of numbers. If you want 0 to be there only for the presentation purpose, then this is not the method you should be looking at. Okay. So I'm just going to show you the trick, custom number formatting trick, using which you can simply include zeros in the beginning. So what you have to do, simply select the range, press Control 1. After you press the Control 1, you would see this format cells dialog box. You have to jump to custom. and there you come to type and clear everything out here. Now what I want here, I want all these numbers to be appeared in 5-digit, minimum of 5-digit. It's usually required for the presentation purpose when you want your data to look in a standard form. Okay, then you would be requiring this feature. So since I said like my requirement is I want to use all these numbers, or I want to see all these numbers in 5-digit format. So I'm going to simply type zeros 5 times here. Each zero is playing a role of digit placeholder. Okay, it is going to represent individual digit. So when I type 5 zeros, you can also look at the sample here, which is the active cells value which is being displayed here. So the moment I click on OK, now you notice that all the numbers are now having 5-digit value being displayed. Even when I look at the 20, it is showing me 3 zeros in the beginning. The initial 3 digits have been replaced with the leading zeros. But if you look at in the formula bar, you can still see the actual value. So this trick doesn't affect your actual value, but only helps you out with the number. How will it look when you're going to present it? Okay, a very simple thing. Again, I'm just explaining it. Once you select the data, right, you simply come to format cells by pressing Ctrl+1, jump to custom, and then here you clear out everything and then simply type 50. We have got two main type of codes. One is 0 and second is hash. Hash is like this, £. Hash does not let you display any extra zeros, whereas 0 will make sure whether the digit is relevant or not. It will be shown. Understood? So when I simply click on OK, there we go. Got it? Now, next is sometime I'm sure like most of you deal with the large numbers. And trust me, it's very, very difficult to read the large numbers at times, especially when you're sitting with your managers, with your bosses. Okay. Suman is asking for format cell what we have to press. Suman, you have to press Ctrl+1. Ctrl+1 is the shortcut. No, Anu, this is not a recorded session. This is a live session going on. This is a live webinar. All right. Now, controlling large number is very, very important, right? As I said, like, most of us, be with me, guys. I'm going to ask one question from you now. So usually when you have to control the large numbers, don't we take a help of helping column? Say for if I have to show all these numbers into million, I refer to the original cell, divide, or like, I'm going to divide it by 1 million. 1 million is 10 lakhs. So I just simply divide it and then drag the formula down and we give heading, something like this. All right. So now in this, you have to, your heading is actually going to define what the value, what the field is actually showing it. Okay. Now, another thing what I look at here, that when you drag this formula or when you use this formula, say for if you want to add something or you want to perform some calculation to the this value that you are looking at here in this column, and then would like to see them back into the original numbers. So that means again we'll have to perform the back calculation. We'll have to multiply these values by 1 million. So instead of doing all this thing, what you can do, simply come to the column where you have got the numbers, press Ctrl+1 again, go to custom, and then there a very simple code I'm going to show you. Okay, here I see that somewhere it's not giving me decimal places, somewhere it is giving me only 1 decimal place, right? Somewhere it is giving me 2 decimal places. Also the 0, if you look at, it's very, very important. If I have got the figure in less than 1 million, then of course I would like to read it as 0.35. Although when we read it, we say 0.35, but when we look at, we would like to see it as 0.35. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I will be keeping 0 here, and then I just simply use decimal pointer and use 2 zeros to ensure that I'm going to get 2 decimals there. 1 comma will take away 3 digits from the right side of the integer value. Another comma will take away another 3 digits of from the integer value. Now my figure has been converted into million, nearest multiple of million. Still, what I can do, I can add a text also. How? Leave a space, insert a double quote, write whatever you wish to write. You can also write your name here, okay? But you must be writing it inside the double quotes. The moment you write it inside the double quotes, you are going to see this. That's how basically you can control the large numbers. Right now, here we are controlling the large numbers into US style. If you wish to do it in Indian style is a bit complicated, but once you understand, it will be easier for you. So what we do in that case, because in Indian style we go with 1,000, lakhs, crores like this. Okay, so simply come here, we start with the square bracket. We say if the figure is greater than 1 crore, right? So 1 2 3 0 3 4 5 6 7, we have got 7 zeros in 1 crore. If the figure is greater than equal to 1 crore, then I would like to see in this format. Semicolon is going to insert the next condition for us here. Okay, next condition, because the condition will change at 1 lakh and 1 crore as well as at 1,000. Okay, so here I say now check again if it is not greater than equal to 1 crore. So is it equal to greater than 1 lakh? If it is, simply give me then in this format. Even if it is not greater than equal to 1 lakh, then simply give me in 1,000 format. Okay, now the moment I click on OK, I just copy this, right? The moment I click on OK, you can see now I'm seeing this in Indian style. So for all of you, I'm just going to simply put it into chat window so you all can actually refer to this. How to convert numeric value to alphabetical mode? Pratik, that can be done using VBA. We do not have any functionality in Excel to do that. We can do it actually using the if condition, but then in that case, we'll have to use a complex condition. And if you wish to create your own function, you can create it using VBA, but you'll have to write a code for that. Okay. Now coming to the feature that is called data validation, which is located under data ribbon tab in data tools category after the remove duplicates. This feature allows us to create a validation for a particular cell or range of cells. Okay, I'm not going to jump into detail of it. So I have got one topic here, how to create a simple and dynamic drop-down list. What is drop-down list? Wherein you can show the multiple items in a single cell's drop-down so that you can simply choose from the list of items. So what you need to do, simply come to the cell where you would like to create the drop-down, go to data validation, then simply jump to list, and here you have a source. In source, you need to select the range that you would like to see in the drop-down. So once you just click on it, there we go. But the problem with this is that it's not dynamic. What do I mean by dynamic? It means that if I include something in that column, I'm not going to see the same here. Okay, so how to make a dynamic list? So it's very simple. Without using function formula, if you wish to create a dynamic list, come to the column and jump into insert ribbon tab, click on the table icon or press Ctrl T to convert your range into table. So when you do that, it will be converted into table like this, and you would see a new ribbon tab called design. You won't see as table design. As I said that I'm having a latest Excel, I'm having the latest Excel engine as well. And Microsoft has started rectifying the ribbon tabs names wherever it was required, so as the category names. For example, if you come to review ribbon tab, you would see that this category is not known as protect in your case. You might see here changes, a category called changes. So Microsoft realized that it was not an appropriate name for this group, because this group is usually required to protect the sheet, workbook or cell. So why changes are given there as a name? So then Microsoft has started rectifying all these names wherever it is required. Okay. Moving back to table design. Here you can see that this ribbon tab has been inserted, means that the table that you are in actually has been converted into table. Okay. Now, what benefit it gives us, right? As soon as I add something new, that will immediately become a part of this table. Let me just show you, right? Let me just come back here, right? And then I simply come and just once again create and select this range. And now I come, you can see that I am going to select my name again, but this time, as soon as I include or add another entry, that entry gets included automatically in the table. And now when I come here and I look at, I can see the newly added entry reflecting it there. Now, next is, of course, no webinar, no Excel session can be completed without the use of VLOOKUP. So Mukul is asking, is there any way to make our file lighter while using multiple validations? Well, your file is actually lighter, Mukul. Only thing is you have to be careful that how many cells are actually active at this moment. Okay. Microsoft, or I would say, like, sometime accidentally we select the entire column, we select the entire row and, like, formatted. In that case, like, file becomes heavy, because one column contains 1,048,576 cells. 1,048,576 cells, and columns are total there 16,384. Okay. So accidentally when you select entire column, and say for like you select entire column and you have got 100 columns selected, so all those 10 lakhs rows into 100 columns, that are the number of cells become active. Okay. So using data validation, multiple validation, you cannot actually make your file heavier or lighter. Absolutely, Raghu. That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. You do not, we accidentally do that, and we should not be doing it. Got it? Now, next I'm coming on to situation where we have to find the agent name. Okay. We have given a drop down here of the countries, and we want to look up the agent name here. Okay. VLOOKUP is very, very simple, and we all have been using it for years. But still, I know whatever audience I have with me here, about 60-70 people have joined this session so far, right? Like almost 140 people have signed up for this, but I see that 50% have audience joined this as of now. People are still joining us. All of us are aware what VLOOKUP does, but most of us actually do not know about its proper syntax. Okay, let me show you. So VLOOKUP starts with lookup value argument. So this is syntax, guys, right? And these are the argument that you see inside the parenthesis. So lookup value is the value against which you would like to retrieve something from the table array. The condition here is that whatever lookup value you select, it must be available, it must exist in the first column of the table array. Whatever table array you're going to select, that lookup value must exist in the first column of the table array. So here, if I look at my data starting from employee ID, then I have got country name and then agent name. Okay. So here I simply will come and will select my data from country name till agent. I cannot look up from right to left in this case. Although it is possible using VLOOKUP, you can also look up right to left. But using this method, we cannot actually. Okay. So if you ask me that I want to retrieve employee ID by looking up the country, the way the data is given, using this method, it will not be possible. Okay. Unless I use or take a help of some other function as well. So once I select the table array and I make sure that in the first column of the table array, my lookup value is already there, then I proceed for the next argument, which is column index number. This is the column number from which I would like to retrieve the value. And since in this case, I want to retrieve the agent, and agent, if you look at, it is available in the second column of this table. If you count it from here, यहाँ से अगर आप count करते हैं, तो यहाँ पे ये second column में है. So when you type 2 means retrieve the value from the second column. Arjun, you are raising your hand. I'll come back to you in a while. Quickly, after I just give example on this. In case if you have a question, you can write it in the question window also. I'm just looking at it as well. So once you're done with this, then the range lookup. Now, most of you guys, you can tell me, you can admit, I'm not going to take anybody's name. How many of you guys go and simply write 0 there at last? Do you know what 0 does? Why don't you type 2? Why don't you type 3? Why don't you type 4? Or why don't you type 1? Why 0 only? Have you ever thought of or asked yourself why I'm typing 0 there? Why not something else? Right? And although this, if you look at this last argument, right, it seems that it is an optional argument, but it is not, guys. It is not an optional argument. It is very, very important, because if you skip, it's going to perform approximate match, right? So 0 and 1 decides what kind of lookup you would like to perform, whether you want to perform an exact match or you want to perform an approximate match. So 1 is equivalent to true, or true is equivalent to 1 and false is equivalent to 0. So जब आप यहाँ पे 0 टाइप करते हैं, इसका मतलब आप इंस्ट्रक्ट कर रहे हैं VLOOKUP को कि आप एग्जैक्ट मैच रिटर्न करना चाहते हैं. Understood, guys? No, not like that, Mukul. Even if you type here true or false, then also it will work. Because like binary language in Excel, true is equivalent, which is a Boolean value, it is equivalent to 1 and false is equivalent to 0. So wherever you see any function has an optional argument, by default, the default value set to that argument is 1, which is true. Okay. So that is why we do not advise you to skip this argument. Hence, you are required to supply something here. Yes, absolutely, Mukul. You're right. Okay. So, Arjun, you are raising your hand. Do you still have a question, or is it answered? What would happen if there were more than one agent of India? Good question, Sambhav. So in that case, we will be actually combining two values to create a unique value, because VLOOKUP requires a common and unique value. Then there's another trick. We can actually count. We can return the occurrence of each country. For example, if there are 2 agents in India, so India would be repeating twice, right? So first, like in front of first India, right, wherever first occurrence is coming, one count will be coming, and against the second India, second count will be coming, 2 will be coming. Then we will be combining both the values to make the unique value. Then using that, we can retrieve the duplicates, like, lookup value as well, or value from the second occurrence as well. I hope I have answered your question. Arjun, I see you are raising your hand still. I'm going to unmute you now. You are unmuted from my side.
Yeah, sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. Sir, first of all, I want to know that as you have applied the VLOOKUP function, it's all
Mhm.
right. If we compare with the India, then agent name Mohit Ranjan, it's okay, fine. The one result will come, it's okay. But if in case against India, two agents name are
वही
parallelly,
वही पूछा अर्जुन,
okay,
अभी वही पूछा संभव ने। मैंने वही
uh,
बोला कि उस केस में हम क्या करेंगे, दो फील्ड्स को हम कंबाइन करते हैं एंड
okay,
वी कन्वर्ट देम इनटू यूनिक वैल्यू, बिकॉज वी लुकअप को एक यूनिक
mhm,
वैल्यू चाहिए होती है जो कॉमन होनी चाहिए दोनों टेबल्स में।
ठीक है, okay,
देन उसके बेसिस पे करेंगे। एक ट्रिक वो है। सेकंड ट्रिक ये है कि
mhm,
हम
mhm,
इसका अकरेंस रिटर्न करेंगे, राइट? यूजिंग काउंट इफ वी विल रिटर्न द अकरेंस ऑफ ईच आइटम
mhm,
and then we'll combine it with the countries and then we'll use that as a lookup value.
okay,
Understood?
yeah, sure, sir, understood.
Okay. All right, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it, this one. Now, let's talk about quickly the goal seek as well. Goal seek is very, very interesting feature and many of us are not aware of it. This feature can perform the reverse calculation. Per se, very quickly, a person is looking to take a loan, home loan, to buy a new house. He is requiring a loan amount of 50 lakh rupees for 120 months, that is for 10 years. But his monthly EMI budget should not exceed more than 58,000, or I would say his monthly budget is only 58,000. That's the maximum he can afford it. Okay. Now, in that situation, right, currently the quote that he has received it, actually, according to that, it is 10% and the EMI is going on 66,000. Now, either we can increase the terms tenure or we can reduce the, or we can seek for the, reduction in the rate of interest. Okay. Let's say I'm looking at, the lower interest rate. Yes, Pallavi, you guys, we will provide you the recording also, but better, you guys stay with, in this session, because some things will be removed from the recording. It will be edited video and will be shared with all of you. So interest rate is something which is looking at a lower side. So now what you can do, keep your cursor onto the final calculation where you have, here I have used the PMT function which helps me to calculate the monthly payment. Okay. Now what I do, I simply come to the data ribbon tab, sorry, formulas ribbon tab, where I've got data ribbon tab, and there I have got what if analysis feature. Here you have got goal seek. Just click on goal seek. And even if you look at its description, it says find the right input for the value one. Usually hota kya hai? You change the calculation, but here it will help us in changing the input to meet the output that we are looking. Okay. So now simply look at the goal seek. I kept my cursor onto the cell where I have got the formula entered. So that cell is going to be as the set cell, captured as a set cell. What value I'm targeting it? I'm targeting it 58,000. And what cell I would like to change, or what is the input cell I want to change it? I am looking to make the changes in the interest rate, right? And then the moment I click on OK, right, it is going to take me and will meet to the target value and then show me that if I want to pay 58,000 rupees monthly EMI, then interest rate should be somewhere at 6.98%, not more than that. If I accept these changes, this will be applied. Otherwise, it would have been returned to the original values. Understood? And importantly, jumping to the next but very interesting feature, guys. Again, table style, but here I am going to use a slicer. I'll show you how can you make your table interactive table. Okay. So what you have to do, simply be somewhere in the table, then go to insert. By the way, guys, most of you, I'm sure, you can just type it in the question window whether you have this habit or not, to select the entire table and then perform the task like sorting, filtering, anything. By the way, you do not have to actually select the data. Be somewhere within the data set. And then whatever you want to perform, do it. Because if you are in the current data region, the range will automatically be going to selected as the current data region. Okay. Now you see that the range has already been selected. I click on OK. The moment I click on OK, okay, now you see the table design tab is coming. I'm just simply going to apply the basic format. By the way, before using slicer with table, you will have to actually convert your data into Tableau format or Excel table feature. Now in table design only, I see one option called insert slicer. I come here and let's say I want a slicer or the filter of genre. What it does, I'm going to show you guys, not to worry. Country filter I am looking at, language filter I'm looking at it, okay, and then I am looking at the, let's say, duration, okay, and I've got the four filters here. I'm going to get it, okay. I'll show you like what it's going to do it. Just going to adjust it, okay, like this. I'm not working much on the formatting part here at this moment, right? We can do it later on whenever we have enough time. And here I come, I'm just going to say that I want 3 columns here. You see, notice that, you know, when we added this feature, slicer tab is coming automatically. Excel understand that we have imported or we have used slicers, so it is showing me slicers. So I'm just telling, like, you know, give me 3 columns at least so that I can select the filters accordingly. Now let's look at what is going to happen. I don't have to come here to filter out my data. Arjun, yes, Control T, Alt T is actually not a shortcut. It is actually a hotkey. Okay. Apart from Control T, you can also use Control L if you wish to convert any data into table. Now, action. Data has been filtered. Comedy, crime, right? Notice my data is being filtered out. If I wish to select multiple, just click on this vortex, right? And there we go. I'm sorry for the noise, guys. Let me just quickly ask the team. Okay, do you notice here when I'm just multiple, then I'm able to select multiple data. Yeah, it's very simple, Anu. I didn't do anything like, you know, different here. What I did simply, I just came to the data, went to insert, clicked on the table. It converted the table into a Excel table feature, then showed me this option here, and here I've got option called slicer. Insert slicer I've clicked and I've chosen the fields whose filter I'm looking or slicer I'm looking. And then simply these slicers you are going to see it here, just click on it and then that's it. You have made the interactive table. All these slicers are interlinked with each other. So if you click on one, right, others are going to, or other filters are going to be updated by its own. Okay. That's what it does basically, guys. All right. Let me just quickly show you the VBA, what it does basically, guys. Okay. Let's say I have got the data here. I would like to remove it, not through Excel, but through VBA. So you can jump onto VBA by coming to developer ribbon tab and clicking on this option called Visual Basic. VBA is actually known to automate your Excel task. Okay. So I can come here, Visual Basic, it has opened, right? You can see a blank screen is coming here. All right, just a second. I'm just pressing window and arrow key, left arrow, right arrow, you can press it when you come to Excel. Now with this, I have got both the screens adjusted on the single screen, right? Same computer. Which website or source is best to learn these kind of Excel hacks? Some of like it depends. If you have a lot of time, you can definitely go and search it on YouTube. Otherwise, like, you know, you should definitely get trained under someone's guidance, because nowadays these skills have become mandatory skills for every corporate, every job profile you go, irrespective of whether you are sitting at a junior profile or at the senior profile. Okay. So quickly, guys, once you see that, recording macro recording actions into Excel is very, very easy. Once you see the developer tab, if you don't see the developer tab, just do right click on any of the ribbon tab. You would see the customize the ribbon option. Just come here and then you are going to see customize ribbon, and there you notice developer. Make sure this is checked. Once you see that option is coming, tab is coming, then you need to simply click on this button. Well, Sambhav, learning these hacks, we actually cover all these like in our regular training. Okay, so just be with me for another 5-7 minutes. I'm going to actually walk you through. If you like have time, be with me. All right, another 5-7 minutes, and then we will be wrapping it up, guys. We are almost done, and only the VBA like part which you can start implementing it in your day-to-day work. Even if you don't know the programming, still you will be able to implement it. Okay, now here you come, you see this third option which is called record macro, or on your status bar you have the first icon. Unfortunately, right now some add-ins is going on, so I'm not able to see that when I'm adjusting my window. So I just click here, and then I say clean my sheet. By unfortunately, like when you're going to give macro name, you can't have a space in between. So when you try to even do that, it's going to throw an error. Okay, so what you need to do, make sure you have all the words merged together, or if you want to separate them, use underscore. Also, you cannot start it any macro name with the number. Okay, so I say this program is going to clean my active sheet. Okay, and now you notice that here module has been inserted, and the program that I've given is coming here. Now wherever I click, it's going to actually like record my action. So I simply click on here, which selects the entire sheet, and you can see the code for that is cells.select, and then simply I press delete button. That's it. I then come here, stop the action. Okay, now I have got this program recorded. I type anything in any sheet, even if I like insert some other sheet. Okay, and let's say I would like this to sheet to be cleaned up. So simply I come to developer, I see macros here, and then I see the macro that I've recorded. Just run it, it's going to clean it. You can also clean it from the VBA, right? So simply come here, like I'm just coming here, F8, F8, F8. You can see that it has selected the entire sheet and then cleared it out. Okay. If you would like to hide all the sheets, then a simple program you can write it, sub hide all inactive sheets. In that case, like we'll use loop for each sheet in worksheets. Okay, of course guys, you would not be able to understand, but I'm just showing you that what is possible with VBA. With just a click, what is possible. So next sheet, right, I'm saying if the sheet dot name is not equal to active sheet dot name, then simply go and hide it. Now you notice, just I am going to jump into advanced Excel tip P1, right? F8, I have option explicit open, so I'm just going to remove it. Now you notice sheet name is, I'm saying true, I should have said false, my bad. Notice except the active sheet, it is going to hide all other sheets. So if I just say true and press this F green button, in one go all the sheets are going to be unhide. And if I just say false and press F5, except active sheet, all other sheets will be hidden. That's what VBA can do. Not only this, but also we can customize our right click properties. We can create our own custom utilities. We can create our own custom function. For example, I want to create a custom function which can extract the first word, first name. Okay, so I can simply come here and I can create a function using function. I'm just going to create a simple function, not complicated, because we don't have much time. I'll say multi-me. I'm just showing you that I do not have any function called multi-me. Multi-me means square I'm looking for. So I simply come here and I say multi-me function, which will accept only one argument. And this multi-me, what it will do, whatever argument I supply, that should be multiplied by that number only. Now, when you come here, you type multi-me, you see that function is there. And whatever number I provide, it's going to multiply that, and or you can say it's going to return a square of that number. That's what VBA can do. Okay. With this, guys, we have covered almost all the things. We have understood about and explored, analyze the data, icons, cutout people, Excel data types, and all, right? Magics of flash fill, quick number formatting. We created a dynamic drop-down list also. We use a slicer to make interactive tables. We also seen that how to record a macro, right? How to hide all inactive sheets. Wait, guys, important information is to be shared with you guys, right? So please be with me for another 2-3 minutes. It will be great, right? And I believe like, if you have learned something, I can at least return this much from all of you. If you only feel that, the information that was shared with you is actually like, was worth of attending this or giving your 1 hour value, like an important 1 hour of your schedule. So this was all like, from this session, guys. Let me just quickly talk about who we are actually, right? So about us, we are a team of like, young professionals who started this journey of sharing our knowledge with people like you, right? To make your life like, easier with these tools in 2016. And we are one of the leading hubs across Delhi NCR who provide learning and personal development into data analytical tools. We offer different services. We have training academy, we have training events, we corporate solutions we offer. In training academy, we offer classroom training as well as the online training. We have got two offices. One is in Faridabad, one is in Delhi. Okay, and currently we have got online batches going on. We have events also. We organize corporate events, seminars, webinars, exclusive trainings, and then we also do corporate solutions. We do take like projects for clients. We provide consulting services also. Courses, if we talk about, these are the courses that we offer: Microsoft Excel, VBA macros, SQL Server, Power BI, Tableau, Google Spreadsheet, Excel dashboarding, PowerPoint. Apart from this, we also going to come up with few more courses like Alteryx, ClickView, R, Python, machine learning, digital marketing, right? Which will be used for data analysis and data science purpose. And if we talk about our faculties, our trainers, I'm one of them, right? So all our trainers are having minimum of 10 years of corporate experience, right? They are having a good and sound knowledge on these tools, right? They are subject matter expert, right? We have expertise into the domain of data analytics, right? And moreover, like, we worked with MNCs in like, these kind of profiles. These are few of our clients, like, for whom we have served in last 2 years. Still, like, numbers are growing, right? These are like glimpse of our corporate workshop, which we have organized in last 2-3 years, right? And this is our glimpse of like, in-house training, right? So you can see that all like most of them are like, working professionals like you and me. And these are like, the companies where our trained candidates are working on, right? So in fact, this is including Google. Very proud to say, like, we have got students like, those who have studied, like, took the learning of these tools from us. They are like now working with companies like Google, Samsung, right? Microsoft, Deloitte, KPMG, right? And of course, these names are like, growing with every day, with every month. If we talk about at present, like, where we are standing in terms of courses, we have got 8+ courses. We have delivered more than 8,000+ trainings all across the world. We have delivered 100+ workshops, corporate workshops. We have delivered more than 50+ projects for our clients, and we have been rated best in North India, as well as like, we are serving into international market. We have got very good reputation there as well. Good to see, guys. Thank you so much for attending this session. That's all from my side. I hope you all have enjoyed this session. Take care and have a good night, guys.